Hey everybody. So with the 1.6 update for Honkai Star Rail coming out in just a few days as of the recording of this video, I just wanted to give kind of a brief overview of Ruan Mei and give my thoughts on whether or not you should pull for her or not. I know a lot of people are kind of considering whether they should save some of their materials for going into 2.0 where there might be some major changes, some better characters, stuff like that, but considering that it's still a little whiles away, I think that is something worth talking about. So I'm just going to start going in with the brief overview of her different abilities that we learned about in the last 1.6 live stream. And then after that, I'll give some of my thoughts on if you should pull for her or not. So anyways, let's get into it. So Ruan Mei is our new 5-star Ice Harmony character. She joins the ranks of like Bronya in terms of that, which, as we all know, means that she's going to be broken because Hoyoverse makes all their Harmony characters absolutely busted. The information that we got, her basic attack, Threading Fragrance, it deals ice damage to a single enemy. Pretty simple and not much to be expected there. Her skill, String Sing Slow Swirls, increases weakness break efficiency of all allies. So that's going to be really nice for shredding some of the shields and toughness of enemies. It's going to be great. Her ultimate, Petals to Stream, Repose and Dream, creates a field effect, or just creates a field. While in the field, all allies receive an all-type resistance penetration increase, and when breaking enemies' weaknesses, places a mark on them. And when the enemy on their next action, the mark is consumed and basically their break state is extended a turn, delaying their action, and it also deals some like follow-up ice damage to them. So this is super like a great ultimate. Not only are you basically applying a weakness for every type, so it doesn't really matter what your team comp is exactly with the penetration increase. Being able to extend the break state of these enemies and delay their turns and stuff is another really awesome ability. And plus, considering it also does a little bit of extra damage and stuff too, that's just going to help, kill these guys a little bit faster. Ruan Mei's technique, Silken Serenade, at the start of the next battle, an effect similar to Ruan Mei's skill, which is the increasing break efficiency of all allies, is activated. So that's great. It's a great way to start the battle off. And another interesting fact is that when this ability is used in Simulated Universe, it also allows any attack to act as if it broke or if it was a weakness for the enemy. And when the battle starts, it'll attack all the different enemies, and if you break the enemy's weakness on that with the attack, it will apply the status effect of the element that you attacked with. So like for ice, it would freeze them, etc. So that's really cool that it works slightly different. They also said, I believe, that the more blessings you have, the more damage that it will do upon entering battle. So we'll have to see exactly how much that scales and stuff like that, but I think that'll be fun to use her there. Her banner, which is extremely good actually, is Ruan Mei as the main one. We also have one of the newer characters as well, Shui Yi. We're introduced to her in 1.5, with like Hanya and Huohuo, but she looks awesome. It also has March 7th and Tingyun, so super great banner. Those are great, alternatives to have on there, especially for someone like Tingyun. A great support. So, if you haven't had her built yet, this is a great time to get some more of her. And so that's kind of all the information that we had gotten already. And so, should you pull for her? I think that as of right now, from the information that we have, I think that she is an absolute must pull pretty much for everybody. If you are a new player and as you don't have Bronya or anything, I think that it's a no-brainer. I think it is an absolute must to try and pull for her. She's going to be an extremely good support that is going to be able to, you know, allow you to do things that we haven't really been able to do before, like possibly dual DPS teams, or, you know, like an interesting one might be Ruan Mei and Welt, where you just continuously delay the actions of the enemy, so essentially allowing them to never take a turn. I think that she's going to be able to open up a lot of different doors, and that's why I think that even for veteran players, she's going to be worth pulling for, because she's going to open up just different kinds of gameplay and teams that I think are going to be very important going forward, especially as we get more difficult content, because it's going to start requiring us to do more damage. And so if you need to have an extra DPS on your team, having someone like Ruan Mei or Welt, or somebody who can start kind of acting as a pseudo healer by delaying the enemy and not allowing them to even attack you in the first place, I think that that's going to be really important. And so Ruan Mei kind of starts unlocking a lot of that kind of play style, which I think is going to be really fun. So I think that overall, I think that she is absolutely worth it, and I think everyone should try to pull for her. I can imagine that this is, in terms of the banners so far, I think that this is going to be one that is going to be massively pulled for. Everybody seems super excited about her. I love her design. I love her just kind of like general aesthetic and backstory that they're going with. It seems like they're going with the kind of, you know, scientist who's, you know, maybe experimenting a little too far in certain areas and stuff, and I just find it super interesting and super awesome. But anyways, I hope that this was extremely helpful and, you know, you learned a little bit. I am definitely going to be pulling for her. I currently have, I think, about 40 pulls saved up, and I am close to the 50-50. So please, I'm hoping that I don't luck out and, you know, lose on that, but hopefully I'll be able to get her and everything will be perfectly fine. But if you liked the video and found it helpful, please leave a like, leave a comment down below, or, you know, if you're going to be pulling for her or not. And, you know, if you want to hear more about Honkai Star Rail news, you feel free to subscribe. I love this game. I love talking about it, and I just want to, you know, create content as I can. But anyways, I hope you all have a great one, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.